So you mentioned having extraordinary dreams. I would love to know if you're comfortable sharing
Mhm.
what that means to you. You know, what are some of the dreams, or even however deep you want to go into that.
Okay, so extraordinary dreams is just basically me helping out another person, like what you said. I've always wanted to be that type of person who would inspire others. I have always wanted to leave a legacy,
Hmm.
no matter how big or small it might be,
Hmm.
even just helping one person, giving that person hope. That really would mean a lot to me. And that is, well, something extraordinary, I guess, because people don't usually dream about those things. They would
Hmm.
always dream about things for themselves. I mean, of course, I
Hmm.
do have dreams for myself, but I guess I just want to make my life count.
Yeah.
I just want to leave something
I
when
love
I
your
actually
perspective
go.
on life.
Thank
I
you.
really I appreciate it very very much. I think it is very unique, very mature. But I think maturity is so misconstrued because like you could be 50 years old and not
Not be
have that
mature.
maturity. Exactly. I appreciate the way you think about life, and I relate to it very much. It's cool. I appreciate it. Um, so yeah, so talking about the legacy and everything like that, I had a question. I was not sure where we was going with that. But yeah, I like I said, I love the personality and your thought process. You go, where do you think a lot of that comes from for you? Do you is it from your parents? Is it where do you think you develop this like optimistic, like anything's possible kind of personality?
I really would like to think it's from my family and from my upbringing
Hmm.
because they've always been believers of me. Like, even if I
Hmm.
didn't believe in myself, they would be like, you can do this. Like, they just pushed me to do whatever I really wanted to do. Because, okay, let's get a little personal. I'm actually the only girl. I have five older brothers, and my youngest brother is 10 years older than I am.
Okay.
So, of course, I would be the little princess. So, I would just basically get all of the attention,
Uh
and
huh.
they would be like, do whatever you want to do. We support you. Because my parents actually wanted to have a baby girl ever since. But
Hmm.
they tried and got a boy, a boy, a boy, a boy, a boy. And then after 10 years, it's me. So, I guess it worked to my advantage because they just gave me the freedom that I needed to spread my wings and fly. As cheesy as that may sound, I sound like a Hallmark card, but but then again, yeah, I really do owe everything, I guess, to my family because without them, I wouldn't be where I am now.
Hmm.
And one of the reasons why I really pushed myself to pursue my dream is to give back to them for all of the support and love that they have given me, because I know a lot of people don't really get the same amount of support.
Yes.
I mean, people could just dream of that support. So, yeah, I really think it's that. And I guess it's also just growing up in a loving household.
Hmm.
It's just really that for me.
Absolutely, and I love the fact that you are now being that for somebody that might not have it. Not every family is like our family. My family is very similar, so like not every family, for many circumstances cannot
Mhm.
be this is not like that or did not have the same upbringing. So now it's amazing you have the opportunity to bring that to other people.
Yeah, it really has touched me and it has, well, manifested in a whole
Hmm.
lot of ways. Like, I kid you not, my Facebook inbox is just like full of people asking for advice. And it
Hmm.
was like really funny for me at first because imagine I was just starting. I was like 22 and it was like my first year on the job. And here we have like listeners who are like 50 years old asking for like marriage advice. Like, what do I do? My wife and I just fought. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't. So maybe I'll just look at it at a logical perspective. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a firm believer that you don't have to go through something in order to give sound advice and
Hmm.
rational advice. Because, you could just be that type of person who would be looking from the outside.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're like so in it, or if you've already been through it, your judgment gets clouded because of course you would pick a side
Interesting.
if
That's
you're
very
there.
interesting. Sure.
So if you're just outside and you actually get to see the bigger picture, you get to give a more rational advice or something that would not be seen from the inside.
Yeah.
Because you just like when you're just near something, of course you'll just see what's right in front of you or to your side. But when you're like looking at the bigger picture, of course there are so many other things.
Hmm.
Sometimes we also tend to overcomplicate things when they're not really that in reality.